right. So, past week of Skullgirls, we had a combo breaker, obviously, but from combo breaker, Skullgirls team has put out an array of clips in the past week, and I brought the ones that the most are the important updates. So, this one is showing off the burst from Marie. Let me just pause there for a second there. Um, it's cool. It's again, it's like her stage, where it's like it's very veiny and skeleton like back there. The bones above her head. Yeah, no, this is exactly from her stage for the most part. Also, we got a little look at her her hit stun when she gets hit right here in the left, and the other Marie. Um, which is cool. It's like she's breaking apart, and I believe. Okay, no. Also, that's funny. That's cute. Hand is making sure that she floats to the ground safely, almost like Princess Peach in a way. So, not much to say here. Honestly, it looks good. It's Marie's burst looks pretty sick. It's probably the best burst looking out of the cast because it's very uh not dramatic, but like more detailed, more what's the word I'm looking for? It's I cannot describe the word. It's very fancy per se. Anyways, all right, okay, and then this was okay. Let's see. I think this was yes. So this was the new thing that got me excited. So this is basically she has a back fist. That's really sick. It looks from the looks of it too. It seems to be like two. I'm gonna guess here is that there's gonna be at least like three versions of that because if we notice, off this first one, there's a little bit of a hit stun, and she can follow up if she wanted to, and then or it doesn't look like she can follow up actually. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, the hit stun's very small. So like she's got maybe I want to say that she probably could have a light, but nothing to. Oh hey, what's up, Kiro? Um, but in terms of the heavier version, I'm gonna say it's a medium. I'm pretty sure she got a heavy version as well, and there's a bunch more hits done. So like it's a great the she can. Oh, I okay. Now I get it. Okay, no, I just realized something. Okay, I just figured it out here, guys. Let's figure it out. So basically, what's happening is this is a light version where she can move from left to right in terms of like the character. This is the medium version where like it's I'm not sure what the properties of it are, but you got a little bit of hits done after the hit, and the heavy version is you get a bunch of hits done on Beowulf, and you can follow up for days on whatever she does. So, yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, oh, that makes sense. So light, or so it'd be light. Oops, hang on, I'll just play it. So light, medium, heavy. Yep. Okay, cool. So I could definitely see some Grammy stuff with this move. This move especially, like this, able to switch sides. Um, yeah, and if she's got something invincible or striking, like invincible move, this would be a very good use for it. Not to mention any like setups afterwards is pretty sick if other assist. Um, and then I believe grab, follow up, super awesome. Yep. Yep. So yeah. I hope our performance will be easy to move for beginners. I usually, well, I would say that, but then I look at Black Dahlia. Usually, most Skullgirls characters are pretty easy to learn. It's one of it's, the cool thing about Skullgirls is like it's a game where uh it's a easy to pick up and learn but hard to master type of feel. That's how I usually feel when it comes to Skullgirls in general. So seeing Marie have this move has me excited. I can already think of so much more grimy shit I can do with this move alone. Um, but I'm very interested to see what the properties are on the back fist, like the medium and heavy version, other than just like hit stun. So, but I'll definitely keep an eye out. But that was cool when they showed that. Um, and then the snap, which was cheeky, it was funny. She basically just like grabs her entire hand, she just takes it off and slaps you with it, and like you see her skeleton right there. Um, that's cool. That's her snapback. Yep, not much to say other than like it's cool. It's very grotesque looking. I'll get to see more of her hits done. Okay, so that's her default hits done. All right, gotcha. But yeah, no, it's cool. I like the added detail. The skulls themselves are also like in pain when they're wincing as she takes her entire hand off. So that's great. That's awesome. I enjoyed that. Nothing much else to say than that looks cool. All right, so the next one, this was a tagging. Oh yeah, so this was the meme. So yeah, so this was the meme tagging for her. So this is for those who don't know, this is an actual meme that you see nowadays where I made a skateboarding and like the art of that meme is actually pretty good. Like I've seen a lot of cool art from that. But yeah, it just is like go online with like, oh, she's gonna skateboard in, kickflip, and then come in. So and then taunt. Um, yeah, no, and nothing else to say other than like it looks cool. I can pretty sure I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some sort of wacky tagging Triv's gonna probably make up on the fly or gonna incorporate into his gameplay. But no, it looks cool. It has a hitbox like right there. So yep, okay. It's good to know. She's airborne too. So I'll be curious to see how that works in game later on. But yeah, looks great. Nothing really else to say. It looks really cool. I like the skateboard animation. Okay, and then this was. Oh yeah, this it's funny. Huh? Speak of the devil, uh, I like this a lot. This is actually like Kiro. This is like dedicated to you, honestly. Where like her death animation or her win animation is her playing the piano. So that was actually really cool. For those watching later on the YouTubes, this was inspired by an artist called uh, Kiro Uzaki, and they created a short animation of Marie playing the Skullgirls theme song on the piano, and it's actually really great. So seeing her like uh, as one of her win animations is actually pretty good. I like it a lot. That's great. Um, the other thing I like to notice or note real quick is one another old color. I have no idea which one this is a reference to. The purples. I'm pretty sure someone out there in Twitter will figure it out. But one of the things that's interesting, so we see the grab animation there, and also the grab hit, where she's like just like one eye open, the other one's like. Also notice the vacuum. Also getting like stepped on, and then also scrunching. Um, we also see the death animation of Marie right here. So you see that she when she dies, her body like you see the skull the body of the skull kind of resurface. So that's cool. The attention to detail in Marie is pretty cool to see. Absolutely, nothing else to say here. Nothing else to really say here other than like the end. This other pose for her win ending is pretty sick. Um, Happy to see her movements and expressions that I could not imagine from her before. Yeah, they're doing a really good job. They're doing a really good job. They're really the attention to detail is great. But I'm not surprised honestly. This is Future Club we're talking about. They're doing good stuff over there. Okay. And then the next thing I believe was the air grab. Let me see. Yes, the vacuum suction and the follow up. That's great. That's cool. That's a very cool like animation that they put in there. I wonder about. So here's the thing I'm curious about. All right. So here's the thing I'm curious about this vacuum move is that when she goes for a grab, like, does it have the same properties as Robo Fortune in terms of like the Magnet Super, where when she does Magnet Super, it like it tracks you to her, and then like you have to basically like block or throw a button out before you get hit, or you get hit and you get thrown down in your super. Like, I wonder if it's the same properties as that for the vacuum when you're trying to grab, or is it just a grab and the suction is just like part of the animation? So that's what got me thinking. But yeah. Also, it's interesting the sprite where Marie is tied up. Also, another color alt, by the way. Oh, I wonder if this is a reference to Portal, maybe. The red, orange eyes and the black and white. It might be a reference to Portal, honestly. Hmm. That's my guess. Um, but yeah, grab animation looks great. Suction. Spits it out, and then she goes into the cover art of Marie pose, which is great. And then the follow up with the bone, Mr. Bones. Yeah, and it looks great. I like the grab animation. I'm curious about the suction part of it. That's the sucking, if you will. And see, I want to see what it might be just be normal grab or might be just looking too much into it. But if there's some properties to it, that'd be great. That'd be interesting to see. But it looks great. Yeah. Also, I realized I did not have desktop audio on. Yeah, there we go. So you guys are in complete silence the entire time. Okay, there we go. Now you have sound. All right, cool. So that's the grab animation, and then so this is I think one of the most interesting mechanics they've shown for Marie. So she has a dust bunny that she can summon, but the interesting thing, and this is actually today actually, the interesting thing about it is that it it stays on screen if you taunt. Um, and I, which is interesting. I think that there'll be setups for that. I think that there'll be some sort of setups where you can summon the Dust Bunny, and then you can taunt, and then you can have basically like George but better because it's homing. So yeah, um, it's interesting. It's an interesting move. It's very good. If we have seen like how George is with Peacock, this would be like the equivalent of that, but better. So, well, no, I would say George is still better because you don't have to do a taunt to leave George out there in the neutral. But this still is pretty good. If you can pull it off, it's still I think better than George. because it's homing, and even if they block it, like they're like stuck in block stun. I'm assuming the entire time. Um, also note, we got more. Look at that! Ew, we got that hit stun animation. Her face becomes a skull. Her eyeball pops out for a second there. Kind of go back and forth on those 2 frames. Yeah. It's interesting. I think it's gonna be very good. So Marie already shaping up. Marie's already shaping up to be a great character in Skullgirls. I think the Dust Bunny move is going to be really powerful early in mid game. Especially if you have something to help you with the assist to make sure she gets the taunt. With my question, because you can interact with this, Marie can actually hit this further up if she wants to. But my question is, can the opponent respond? Can they hit it and then it'll go away? That's my question. So it's like it's like mini Faust in terms of like what the Dust Bunny can do, except it just like gnaws at your feet. It essentially puts you on block stun if you're blocking. So like it's a good mix-up tool afterwards if you're just blocking. But I'm still curious if you just get rid of it if you hit it or if you push block it. So, there'll be some status for it, but I think this is a great move. This is a very good move for Marie. Also, the Dust Bunny is hilarious and cute at the same time. Marie busts her next bunny. And reminder, as far as I know, as far as we know, like you can only summon one Dust Bunny one at a time. So that's something I put a note on. It's like, okay, you can't summon like 5 of them at the same time. So, all right. Now this was surprising. Okay, so, all right. Apparently there was a build of this at Combo Breaker that players were able to check out, and as far as I could tell, like these are the tweets I retweeted during that time to see what came out of it. So let me see. Just gonna do that real quick. Lower it down. All right. So she has a double jump. Oh, there goes Dust Bunny. Yeah, you can interact with it. Yep. Okay, so you can. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I just realized something. It looks like there is a suction. Okay, yeah, it looks like the grab is a suction if you're nearby. Yeah, she's trying to go for a grab there. Nothing. It didn't connect. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Can you imagine? Dust Bunny with that? That's crazy. That is insane. Okay, so yeah, she's moving. She's moving. Like she's got some great movement to her. Okay, so that's okay. So apparently that's jumping hard kick. The spin move is jumping hard kick. Okay, good to know. Yeah, she's got some good buttons. She almost like some of her ground almost remind me of Painwheel in a way. Yep. Okay. I see. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, like there's some Grammy shit with her already as it is. And it seems like after the Dust Bunny you can like set up some other stuff up, so yeah, this was the beginning of the start of all the Combo Breaker footage of like Marie's footage from the convention center. And like yeah, she looks great. She moves pretty well. Um, this move essentially is gonna be nasty. Just like left rights with her is gonna be great. I'm assuming though if you know it's happening, like just like uh doubles run, you could probably not doubles run, but Saturn Bros run, you could probably hit her out of it. Just my guess, but I could be completely wrong on that alone. But that move especially looks really good. I'm guaranteeing you everyone's gonna use that move. Sonic Fox put something interesting that I didn't think about until I saw it, but let me go ahead and readjust myself. So here's the thing I've noticed too is that the so this is the combo that they found out. Also note, like it seems like they're experimenting with the colors and actually I want to say buffing the colors for some of the other characters in Skullgirls, but like giving them extra cool things. So like for Philia, I'm not sure if I have the footage here, but one of her cool things about her new about her color, Sonic color, is like when she supers like Gregor, like she actually turns yellow, like Supersonic. And then I wonder like, is this a sign that they're going to like make the other colors if they can like into cool things, like not as a power up, but like just as a cool visual thing, with a reference it maybe too. So like that'd be cool. That'd be sick. We kind of already seen that experimentation with what was it? Peacock and Parasol is green Annie color. So we kind of already see that, and they have like special effects after they hit certain things with the Annie color special effects with the galaxies and whatnot. So I'm wondering if I wonder if that was like a test bed to like let's test out other colors and see what we get from that. So yeah, other than that though, like again, looks great. Damage is obviously like you don't have to worry about it because it's still pre-alpha, so it's a super. Yeah, so it looks great. Looks good. Sorry guys. And then we got more footage. Now this is an interesting one. So here's an interesting one. So here's an interesting one that I keep an eye on. So there's a new super that was unofficially announced through this video, but like it's a grab super. It's a command grab super. Obviously, it's not done yet. It's not done yet, but it's interesting to see. So the interesting note about that super is I wonder if it has uh projectile invincibility. It feels like it would. Maybe it's armor, maybe. Um, yeah, and it looks like it maybe have some invincibility on its own, maybe. Like I'm kind of curious what the properties are for that super, especially. But like it's a cool super. It's like, did this show what level it is? Let's see. Hang on, I'm gonna keep an eye on the left corner. Okay, so the arms level one. Okay. Um. Oh wow. Okay, so okay, yeah, okay, yeah. They didn't program how much meter it takes. Okay, so we have no idea what that meter would cost for that arm, the command grab super, which I'm assuming is like maybe like a level two. So, um, so guarantee so far it's like that. The Dragon Ball Super Ball is like level one. The the arm super is level one as well. So we got two level ones guaranteed so far. We got a command grab super that we're still trying to figure out what the amount of meter is used for that. But yeah, again, like I'm curious to see what is the properties of that command grab super. Is it projectile invincible? Is it just invincible the entire way? It reminds me of Umbrella's grab, like full screen grab, when you have Hungry, like what was it? It was like at a certain state with Hungry that you can do full screen grab. That you can do something similar, but this is more of a super. And I'm wondering what the properties are to this. But yeah, this is great. This is good. I like it. I'm curious to see much of what she can do, but like also like just kind of speculating like The command grab itself is interesting enough in terms of like when that super, how it interacts, how that works. It seems like you can jump it pretty easily. It doesn't seem like it travels that far, but when it hits, it hits. So like it looks great. So I'm again, I'm more curious on that side of things. And then, oh yeah, so we do have the footage. Okay, so we do have the footage of Sonic going supersonic. So nice. Oh, there is a new Sonic palette. No, she had it before. So yeah, she turns into supersonic when she does supers. So I wonder again, like, are they going to go back and like refit some of the supers or some of the other color palettes to also revamp them as well? Dig them cool shit, which would be really sick if they did actually. That'd be really rad. Oh, hang on, we got a new color, alt. So this is green. Hang on. So it's pink. Let's see. So this color is like green hair. She's from Fire Emblem. Maybe. It looks kind of like it. Red skulls, green hair, pink-ish dress. I wonder if this is a reference to Fire Emblem. I want to say. I'll let the YouTuber, I'll let the other Skullgirls content creators figure that out. But like, yeah, in general, like she, was it that I'm very curious about that color alt, and if they're going to definitely, oh wow, we got some boost up. Hang on, sorry. Okay, so it looks like we got a new move here. It's her overhead, which is like a depth sight, which is sick. Which is I expected as much, but like yeah, she's got a scythe move, and it looks like we've seen her normals, her crouching normals. Let's see. Okay, cool. Like her crouching, I'm assuming like punch is like dust in the ground, like cleaning it up. Okay, that was the thing that we saw before. Let me see. Okay, into back fist. Okay, that's cool. And it seems like the I want to say the crouching hard kicks or the launcher, like really puts him. The hit stun is very long after you hit them, from the looks of it. That's crazy. Okay, yep. Oh wow, and you can. Okay, crazy. So after her arm super, you can if you miss it, you can still follow up if you have OTG left. Yes, you're all right. It is free money, and look, we are using that clout right now. Exactly, guys. That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself. Okay. Super. Are you getting hit? Yeah, the range in her jumping hard punch, I want to say, is pretty insane. Yeah, shout out to Zenon for getting this footage, by the way. So yeah, so it seems like we got some more moves that we didn't see so far from the Twitter account officially. We saw her crouch, her I want to say her overhead. Yeah, her overhead. I can kind of see it there. Yeah, I wish it was in. I wish I was there to get some more clean capture. But yeah, so it looks like she's got an overhead, like a scythe, and the startup seems to be pretty fast, honestly. Yeah, look at how fast it is. That's crazy how fast that startup is. Uh, and it looks like, hang on. Okay, I see another mechanic here that has not been discussed yet. Okay, okay, folks. So, I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but when Marie hits the other Marie with the overhead, I'm assuming the overhead hit, or is like it's I'm assuming forward hard punch. Um, it actually when it hits, it looks like it sucks the character back in. Keep a close eye. Yeah. So you see that she actually does get sucked right back in after the hit. So so the interesting new mechanic we're discovering here is that she has now this sucking motion, which kind of goes it goes along with like her actually being the maiden and then sucking dust whatnot and cleaning. So that something I didn't notice until now, but it seems like you can suck in a character after at least for the with the forward hard punch motion. I'm assuming sucking the character back in so you can get Oki. Because what you could do is you could do this, and then you can go for grab. You can go for the light punch version of the slide move, going from one end to the other side. You could probably do an overhead and fuzz, and you can do anything you want. You can do command grab super, probably, and combo into it, or go for a reset. So that's gonna be really good. That's gonna be really good for her. Um, the only and that makes sense because let me see. Yeah. Okay, now it makes sense. Look at this, guys. So yeah, after that jump and hard punch connects, you see the retraction of the character coming back to her. So like there, yeah. So that's her stick. That is her stick. Okay, that's her thing. So basically, it's sucking you back to her so you can do mix ups and cross ups, and she has plenty of options when she sucks you back in. It's funny because it reminds me of a grappler. And even though she is not a grappler, she's her some of her moves of being hit with the bones to suck you back in is very grappler ish. But instead of being grappled, you begin hit like whichever way you go. So that's great, honestly. That's a cool thing. Just gonna just watch again to see what else. Okay, yeah, unsave. Mm, nice hits done. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I get it now. Yep. Gets hit.
This is a Twitter cloud farming station. It's like free money.
Okay. With the dust bunny. Okay. So her game plan so far reads to me as a character that it feels an all-around character, but her emphasis is making sure that she's close to you whenever she can. Um, she's got options even in the long range. I mean, the long range too. Now I think about it with the laser, she can go to the laser and get that long range distance, and that could definitely like be something that she can use to snipe from afar or uh, other shenanigans you could do with that. She's got her Dragon Ball Z super the big Spirit Bomb super that she does have. Um, but she seems like a mid to close range character with some long distance options. but she's definitely got some stuff that like she looks strong. I'm trying to wrap my head around what she has exactly in terms of like her mechanics and what tools that they're planning to give her. But it seems like she's gonna be a very strong character. She's got some very good mix-up tools from observing, and she seems to have gotten answers to both the mid and long range problems. I think the long range I think will suffer from it. She doesn't seem, other than the laser super, I feel like much of her game plan is going to be in your face, almost rush down in a way, but not really. But I don't know. You convince me otherwise. I think he could just be a rush down Murray. I'm liking what I'm seeing, honestly. Like, this feels great for me. Oh, and before we get into this, there's more footage. So,
Already, so
okay, so this is Duck Eater's footage.
Oh, that's the shoulder check with armor?
Oh, armor.
yeah, that's the one.
Standing Harper's a two-hit giant move that vacuum.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, he's got a lot of stuff.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, I like
I
that.
thought that was a triple
That's
jump.
major dunk.
She has a
That
double
is-
jump,
that is
but
big
like
D.
she also has a normal that like moves her up in the air a little bit.
I see
Oh.
the
Be able to
skeleton fist
doing
from out of the
May,
sky.
JD, hitting JD, RC, JD, RC, JD. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm listening to the video and what's being described.
That shoulder bash is wild. I'm gonna be spamming that.
Yep, everyone's going to. Okay, grab. Grab again. And you can follow up. Nice. Cool. They could take it for all this footage. Okay. It's error? Wait, hang on. I'll go back and pause when I see it again. That's wild. That is freaking wild, honestly. Okay.
Are you gonna wanna? This is the last go around. Then I have a meeting you gotta go to. Okay.
Okay. Nice. That's a tag in. Oh, so you can. Okay. Okay. So that gives me. Okay, that gives me the answers I was looking for. Okay. I got it.
Here comes the movie comeback. Never mind.
That's funny as this. Oh, look at him.
That's great. That's funny. Okay. So there are some very key things to take away from this clip alone. Thank you, Doug Ed, for getting this footage. Okay. So here's some key things to take away from this footage. Is that one of the things I was wondering about is like, yes, you can use Dust Bunny as an assist, but you can also hit the Dust Bunny if you're the opponent. So if you are if you are putting out the Dust Bunny, you can actually hit it, and you can actually destroy it before it gets to you. So that much, it's like George, but but it's actually weaker than George. Actually, you can actually hit it and destroy it versus George. You just gotta go up and block it. So you see here, yes. So where this little destruction of debris here, that's Marie jumping hard punch, hitting it, and this is where it got destroyed. So that is confirmed. The other thing that I noticed in this footage is that the Dust Bunny can hit you in the air. So if you're trying to go for an air normal and say she does Dust Bunny right in front of you, like it will hit and it will put you in the air, which means I'll let this keep playing in the background. Which means is that if you block it, that means that you're going to be in hit stun in the air while you're stuck there for about a good couple seconds, and the opponent can move left, right, up, down, have some sort of mix up. So that assist is gonna be nuts, but it's also gonna be a freaking great move to lock some people down with it. So it's gonna be a great tool. Is it gonna be the go-to tool for Marie? I'm not too sure. It's a strong move, but I'm not sure it was like be like the move for her to use for as an assist. But it's a great move so far. I mean, it's we're negative like 500 right now. So she still have a long ways to go, but like it's definitely looking like a strong move. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard that during the video, but okay, the shoulder check um does have armor. So, and I believe it said like the. Let me see if I can get the audio for it.
I saw on Twitter
May
a
should be
giant
able to link
skeleton fish
doing
come out of the
May,
sky.
JD hitting JD, RC, JD, RC, JD.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
And her animation's sick. Damn, that shoulder bash is wild.
Is he huge?
I'm gonna be spamming that.
Okay. So, I remember hearing them say that the shoulder bash.
Doing May, JD.
Harpun's a two-hit giant move that vacuums.
Okay. So. Okay, so her hard punch shoulder bash has 2 hits of armor. Her medium, I'm assuming, has 1. So that makes sense. Wow. Yeah, she's got a great shoulder bash. She's got a good check button. It's pretty fast as well. On the 3 variations of that shoulder bash. Uh, Yeah, it has armor. Oof. I can imagine that might be a good assist tool. I don't think it would be, but still, as a tool with Marie on her own, like that's gonna be real good, and it's pretty fast. Even for a hard punch version, like it's still relatively fast for a hard punch version, and you can follow after grab. It's a great tool. It's short, obviously, so again, they kind of falls in line with like she's going to be a mid to close range character. Um, the shoulder check is going to be definitely look at that. So I'll talk about that in a second. Um, but that shoulder check is going to be very key when it comes to certain matchups. Um, I feel like she's like Little Band again, Little Band, but just smaller and has more air ability. So let me see that here. I think was the clip where it showed the Dust Bunny hitting the air. Okay, good ground control. Okay, good blocks. Also, the other thing is like her air mobility. Like we've already saw that she can double jump, but apparently you can do jump and then do like double jump again. So like you technically have 3 jump moves with her. So you can really fly with her. Is what I'm trying to say. Not to mention the laser kind of slows her down in the air too. So I'm assuming like she's gonna be like really high up there in the air mobility space. Um. So yeah, she's looking very good. Like they're giving her all the tools she needs to be a very strong character in this game. Yeah, I'm really liking what she's showing off. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we got a little sneak peek at that forward throw. Okay. So, interesting thing to note. Look at this. So, she tries to go for shoulder check. And I'm not sure which version it is. It looks like, well, even regardless, it's still, let's see, 1, 2, hang on. How many hits did she get? 1, 2, okay. So it might have been the medium version of her shoulder check, where it can absorb 1 hit, and then just got the other 2 just ate up, or basically hit her afterwards, which makes sense because from what I've been hearing, like medium shoulder check is 1 hit of armor, heavy is 2 hits of armor. Um, yeah. Uh, Relatively fast buttons. Yeah, no, she's gonna be a very strong character. Just like observing just like much of what has been shown from this Combo Breaker footage, she's gonna be a very strong character. I can already tell you that much. She's got the small hitbox, so obviously she's gonna benefit from dropping out of some combos. um, yeah, no, she looks very strong, very strong. A lot of knowledge and a lot of information definitely came from this clip, and it looks like she's a mid to short range character. One of her gimmicks seems to be to keep you close, especially with that jumping hard punch, with the bones and retracting you in so that you're close. And then she's got this feint that goes from left to right, and then also the shoulder check, which is like a 1 hit medium armor for the medium version, 2 hits of the heavy version. The assist she has with the Dust Bunny also hits airborne opponents, so that if you're blocking and hit stun in the air, you are stuck for about a good 2-3 seconds, and she can basically do whatever she wants afterwards. This is me guessing. This obviously is alpha, and obviously things can change, but like from what we've seen so far, that seems to be one of the things that she can do thus far. I'm assuming that big sight was a forward hard punch command move that she has, much like everything else, like overhead wise in this game. So again, yes, she speed wise she seems to be on the fast side, not as misfortune fast, but like still pretty fast, like in terms of like how she moves and how she puts out some of her normals and whatnot. She has not that many answers for the long range game, except for the lasers, and the spirit ball, but she's gotten some tools that make from the outset makes her really strong, and looking like she's gonna be a nightmare to play against. But ideally, I'm definitely gonna play her. Like she looks super fun. She might be on my team. Possibly just to be the 3-man team up and like talking about for all these years. I like the idea of Marie Squiggly Band. Um, Squiggly obviously the glue, and then Band obviously hey, Band is whatever. I'm also thinking about duo Marie Squiggly, which would be an interesting combination. I'm not sure. I mean, would it be Dust Bunny in terms like with the assist with Squiggly? I'm not too sure. Again, that's just me spitballing, or day -50 or whatnot. But Marie looks great. She looks fantastic. And then okay, we got more footage here. One last footage. Okay, so let's see. Oh, oops, hang on. Sorry. Okay. And I believe that's her death. Yeah. Let's see. Man. Damn. Okay, no, she looks great. Oh, snapback. That's sick. Dust Bunny. Oh, okay. Hang on. Okay. So, okay, another thing to just realize that I just discovered here. Dust Bunny does go away if Marie does get hit. So, much like Dust Bunny, or much like SBO for Squiggly, if Squiggly gets hit or is snapped back, the SBO goes away. So it's the same case for Marie, where if you hit Marie, Dust Bunny goes away. So it's not impractically going to be something to look out for and be scared of. All you gotta do is hit Marie. But with that being said, again, I still stand that the Dust Bunny is still a really good move for the most part. Again, from what I've seen for the footage, I may change. Obviously, we're still in alpha, but Dust Bunny seems to be a move where you can actually not only get hit by, block stun, and or hit, and then you're kind of stuck there, but it also seems like a move where You can respond, you can hit, you can get rid of much easier than you would for George from Peacock. Um, so that's one of the things that's interesting. Also, so interesting thing because it's funny that I was talking about like man how if you try to do Peacock and Murray like that's so evil, um, and somebody did actually. But what's interesting is here is like her air mobility. It seems like she can able to get on Peacock right there. Yeah. So it seems like she, like Squiggly, will have no issue trying getting in because of her small body. Like she's definitely gonna have one of those advantages, like Squiggly, in terms of like able to jump in and able to get through Peacock shenanigans. Obviously, it depends on the assist, but um, yeah. And then the assist for yeah, so the laser can be used in assist. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So that's her stand jab. Yep. Stand jab. Okay. Cool. I wonder if that so that skeleton. So I had thought that skeleton move that suplex was going to be her overhead, and it may not be. I think that the scythe is the overhead, and I'm not sure what the skeleton is then, or I'm trying to think because it looks like this. The scythe has to be the overhead. The scythe has to that whole entire thing looks like an overhead, like a forward hard punch. I wonder, or if the skeleton suplex is a overhead because it looks like it would be. I maybe the scythe's a mid, which would be kind of crazy to think about. Or maybe Marie has two overheads, so who knows? That might be something that they're giving her. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the footage, guys, in terms of like the Marie footage from Combo Breaker in the past week. I think that taking a deeper analysis and deeper look into what she can do, definitely has shown that she is going to be a very strong character, coming out and when it comes out in beta, later this year. I think that there's going to be setups with her. She's going to be like a feel like an all around tool. I feel like she's like just an Annie 2.0 but better in that aspect in terms of gameplay and just like how the meta is going to be. She's going to be a very strong character when it comes out, and obviously we're still in alpha, so like none of this is like concrete. But in terms of like what tools they're giving her and what situations that she's given, it seems like she has the tools to really deal with mostly anything, but what she will suffer from is the long range, as you can see from Peacock and Dice Peacock. She will suffer from the long range because she doesn't have that many options outside of the Dust Bunny. Well, not even that the Dust Bunny, because Dust Bunny you can get rid of. Um, it seems like the long range options for her are going to be very limited, and it seems like the only option she has is lasers and these Dragon Ball Super Spirit Bomb Super that she has. So she doesn't have much in that aspect, but in the mid range, in the short range, she's got a lot of dirty stuff that she can do, and it's gonna be very interesting to see what and how the meta is going to be playing for her, and I think that she's definitely going to be on every team. It will be for me. Like I'm like the more I look at her, the more like oh, this is actually a really strong character, and she looks a lot of fun. So I'll definitely be playing her. I feel like I have much better time with her than I did with the last several DLCs. Black Dahlia was fun. It's on the outset, just kind of playing her, but eventually I kind of fell off because like she's more of a setup character, so it's like it's not my type. But this looks great. This looks good. It's like a rushdown character in a way. And then this is just like shenanigans, fun at Combo Breaker, where they were playing double-headed dragon, where each person has one character, and whoever the character dies, the other player has to pick up. So if they if they are playing Philia as their main, and this is like Umbrella. Like if Umbrella dies, it's like okay, switch to you. It's like okay, and now they're playing Philly. Yeah, I wish there was a mode in Skullgirls that let this happen, but in regards to what is new when it comes to Marie, seems like we have one extra super that they did throughout. Okay, we have one more gameplay clip before the weekend, just because it's too cool not to share. The former boss character Marie needs a truly bossable attacks. So. It's so sick. And you OTG off of it? Okay. So, first off, when it comes to this super, my first initial reaction is that this is a great super. This is one of the most badass supers I've seen in a long time. And second off, when it comes to the mechanics of the super, it seems like you have a number of, like, you can move the character around any direction you want, kind of like how Beowulf has his Wolfomania super, where you just like decide you want to do headbutt, knees, slam him on the ground or whatnot. So kind of the similar idea, because as you see when you see Marie right here, so every time she points, she is pointing and just directing her big ass skeleton hand to slam them to the ground. And this is mid screen. So I'm not quite sure if there's a benefit to just having the corner or mid screen for more damage. I'm assuming even then, I don't think it matters. I think it's just for show. I think positioning wise, like if you're using this in conjunction with say Robo Fortune, you can put them away, and even if you don't do the OTG afterwards, like you can put them away at a far like distance, and then like they have to just eat it, and then it's back to okay, now you must go through this gauntlet of Marie and say Peacock or Robo Fortune, and like that's kind of tough shit. Like it is like that is a great setup for her in terms of like making like you have to go into that battlefield just to get a hit. So yeah, that is currently the new super, and it looks really good. I cannot wait to see it all colorized, and fully done. But yeah, no, again, this is great. It's kind of adds to her toolkit already, as she already kind of discussed last week. And yeah, I guess, you know, technically this is a mid-screen, long screen super from the looks of it. If we kind of take a look again, so she backs up. So it looks like, I mean, it looks like you can jump. Yeah, you can jump, grab it. Or you can have an opportunity to jump out of it, kind of like Squeaky has her pushing daisies, and you can, I'm assuming, jump out of it unless it grabs airborne. So, yeah, I I wonder, does this do full screen, or is it like just? Because my guess is that. Yeah, if this was a full screen, you know, think about it, it probably would have displayed its Marie on one side of the screen, and then it going flying way to the other side. So it's probably not a mid. It probably is not a full screen super. It's probably just like a mid range, which kind of falls in line with her like gameplay we saw last weekend, where it was a lot of the footage was she's a mid screen to close fighter, and that's where she strives the best. So that makes sense with her super to be like another like medium distance range when it comes to the super and what she does. So yeah, no, it's great. And an LTG afterwards, that's actually really cool. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, that's the update on Marie. I'm hoping there's no other big updates after I go on vacation. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But no, it looks great, and it is like the hypest super I've seen in Skullgirls thus far. So yeah, none else to say on that. Alrighty then. Great. The other great moment I caught on tape was, I'm not sure if you guys know who Pipkin Pippa is. She's a VTuber from Face Connect, a VTuber agency, and she's the type of VTuber that is like very funny, but also like very like abrasive, like almost a tsundere in a way, but more of the like less sun and more, well, actually no, probably, yeah, I would say tsundere kind of describes her pretty well, honestly, because she's nice, but then like she'll like turn on that like angry gremlin mode. It's like, get out of my way, and just like roll people over. It was great. But there was a moment where people were following her. I happened to be in the area, and she forced my co-videographer to drink coffee, because FaZe Connect, or one of the VTuber agencies she's been part of, and that was also like there at the convention. There was a FaZe Connect coffee section at the convention, and like there were FaZe Connect themed coffees. So she just literally just forced my videographer friend like to drink coffee in front of her. And then I look at him, he looks back at me, and looks at Pimpkin. It's just like, as he drinks it, it's just like, oh, this is very hot. His eyes widen. So like it was just like, oh, that's great. He sacrificed. He was tortured for the sake of content.